Hey Smiley, hey Justin, Yellow, hey Rocket. Oh, hold on guys. Tonight.
Same thing we do every night. Try to take over the world.
Is it still echoing? Take a sip, bitches.
This is the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Alright, we're coming in. Oh shit, that's not even the right one. No, that's not it. Hold on. The music's too loud for me. Okay, alright. I'm seeing it. Hold on, Gunny. I'm seeing... Mommy, I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from. Is it this? Or is it still going? More down... Yeah, hold on, Gunny. I have to be careful with that because yeah, it's a little weird. Is that a little better? I think that's a little bit better. Is there still an echo? I don't understand why this is different. How about, is that better? Oh, Rain, hold on. Rain, wait, I'm trying to figure something out. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out why. Do a sound? I don't... Oh, well, hold on. Oh, it's too late. Oh, That's weird. Why is it my... I didn't get a... That's weird. Why didn't my sound go off? Or can you guys hear it and I can't? Oh no, well Rain, thank you for the rain. Hold on, Rain. I don't understand why this one acts different. Hold on, let me give a quick shout out to Rain. You guys, Rain is at 48 followers. She's almost to 50. But yeah, she's almost to affiliate, so that is super amazing. If you haven't followed her, don't be afraid to give her a follow now. Rain, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you. And speaking of that, give me 1 second. This is not good. Huh. Nah. Ooh. Yeah, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. You are already that close. I've been looking because I'm so excited for you. Hold on. Let me move this up real quick. I have to be quick because we're gonna be pulling in Queen of Nerds here in about 8 minutes. But I just want to make sure that the sounds sound good. Does everything sound okay before we continue? Does everything look good? Are we having any issues? There is something that I want to announce before I get into anything.
What? I thought horses' dicks were like huge.
I was 18 inches, not huge.
Oh, that's big. I didn't know.
Okay, sounds good. Gunny, I don't even want to touch the mic because every time I touch it, then it goes out. And then I have to restart everything and then it's a whole thing. So I'm just gonna leave it for now. Maybe something's not all the way up. Well, no, that's all the way up. Maybe I have to... Hold on. No, it's all the way up, so I don't understand why it's... Maybe is it the music? I'm not doing a... What's it called? I'll make sure to speak loud. Anyways, hold on guys, I have a quick thing right now. I can't even talk. So June 2nd was Smiley's birthday and he had told me last week and I feel so bad because I kind of forgot about it, but real quick, can we please say a happy late birthday?
Happy birthday, bitch!
Happy birthday! I hope you had an amazing birthday because you deserve it. Smiley, I really hope that you had a good birthday. That's so funny that Rain put that. I was doing it and take a sip is on cooldown, so I had to use it. Oh, okay, I got you, Rain. Thank you. But yeah, it's a happy birthday. I know it's on June 2nd. We're a little bit late, but it's better late than never. So I hope you had a good birthday. But hey, we got Dev up in here. Welcome in, everybody. We got Who, we got Rocket W follow for Rain. I appreciate that. I know she appreciates that. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope everybody's having a good Friday so far. She's just a Jenna. I am just a Jenna. I'm just a girl. Just a girl that's about to... I don't know. I don't even know how to go with that. What was I gonna say? So today, you guys, so for some of you that haven't been here before, Gamer Girl Angie, welcome in. Oh, no worries. And thank you so much. Now that I'm getting older, I'm not a fan of them anymore. Just kidding, but thank you. Oh, of course, no need to thank me. I'm sorry that it passed my mind. I apologize. So yeah. Oh, okay, nice. But you guys, so today's Friday and I'm gonna be doing an interview. For all of you that haven't been here before, when I do interviews, I used to do them a lot more. I used to do them every Friday actually, but now I've kind of taken it down a little bit and I'll do one like once a month. I was actually supposed to interview Queen of Nerds last Friday, but with some things coming up that didn't happen. But anyways, we're here now. We're gonna have her. I've known Queen of Nerds for a little bit now. She's actually Rain's friend. So, she's been super cool since I've met her. We played a couple games. I'm super excited to have her on here. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm actually very excited. I think there are some fun questions in here. For all of you that are new, this is how it usually goes. We go with some streaming questions because most of the time they are streamers that I interview. Welcome in, Henry. And then we'll move on to a second part, which is what are the subjects that they can be fun. I noticed a lot of people have fun with that. Tricks, hello. Yes, you can have an American Guinness beer. And then we're gonna move on to the would you rather questions, to the hypothetical scenarios, to the big debate questions, and then finally towards the end of the interview, and that's how they usually go. Chat, you are allowed to ask questions. All I ask is that you be respectful. Please do not say anything that's rude. No, and because most of the time, I'm gonna let you guys know, a lot of people that I've interviewed in the past, they watch chat. So if you're saying anything that can really throw them off, so please be respectful. I've had a couple issues in the past, nothing crazy, but that's all that I ask. Please make sure that your questions are appropriate, and you know what I mean, like nothing too, you know what I mean. But you are allowed to ask questions. I will try to get to your questions as much as I can. If I do miss it, don't worry. Sometimes Gunny will remind me, or I haven't forgotten it. I'm waiting to go back to it, especially if our guest is giving like me an answer. I don't want to be rude. I try to make sure that I pay attention to what they're saying. So yeah, first question for Queen: how much food? Okay, I'll try to say that right. I'll let that be the first question. But yeah. Of course, you're welcome, Trix. Anything for you. I'm glad to see that you made it safe from picking your parents up from the airport, wherever they were. If they were on vacation, I hope they had a good time. But yeah, we're gonna be pulling in Queen of Nerds here in about 3 minutes. Super excited. Let's see. I'm trying to think what else. I feel like I'm missing something that I usually announce. You can also ask me questions if you have any questions. The first part of the interview I really enjoy. Like I said, it's about streaming, and we just kind of talk about a lot of the advice or just some like experiences that people go through. Queen of Nerds is a PNG VTuber, but I won't say much more because we're gonna get to know her. But yeah, so I'm trying to think what else. I don't think I have anything else. I just hope everyone's having a good day, a good Friday, unless you're in Aussie. I hope you're having a good Saturday. Justin, thank you for being here over at YouTube. And speaking of YouTube, if you guys have not already, please don't be afraid to go subscribe, or Tiny Titties will snitch on you. But Justin, thank you for being here, and I appreciate the hair. How was my birthday? No, I didn't have a birthday. My birthday is way past. But yeah, so now she's my sister. I'm trying to think what else. I don't think I have anything else. I think I just rushed through that. I don't know. Does anybody have any questions right now? Any concerns? How many of you in here are first time seeing the interviews? Hold on. The Tricks just say I'm his brother. Jen is my brother. How'd you know I was a guy? Is it because of the way I threw the beer at you? Because I have a strong grip. But yeah, so. Oh, real quick. Now I remember what I was gonna say. So, this is not. No, it's not. This is not your first. Do not lie. Real quick. I am currently in a severe thunderstorm weather type thing going on right now. So. I don't think it's gonna happen, but just in case if it starts acting up or I'm lagging, if I go completely out, that's just because my internet or the power went out, but I doubt that's gonna happen. Usually it does pretty good, so aloe. 10 times removed. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, I'm in this very severe rainstorm. Not only am I getting not only did I get it outside, I'm getting it online as well. So I have a question for her. How did she decide on her name, and did the threes have any meaning? Ooh, that's a really good question. Okay, Smiley, I will try to keep track of that. Oh, hey, at least there, yes. So yeah. Wait, make my days better. Oh, I appreciate you, Justin. Of course, you be safe as well. Jenna adopted me, apparently. I did adopt you. You're my son. Oh, it's 8:10. It's 8:10. We're gonna pull. Okay, everyone calm down. We're gonna pull in Queen of Nerds. I'm gonna ask her if she's ready. Real quick. The first open bar. Okay, let's go. Hold on. Calm down. Don't panic. I'm panicking. I always get nervous. Okay, Queen is ready. We are gonna pull her in, guys. I hope you're ready. Let me see. I'm actually gonna. Does the music's good? I think we should be good. Okay, here we go. Let's start video. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Does everything sound good?
It's a little choppy, but it's not bad.
Okay, perfect. Alrighty. Guys, oh, hold on. I haven't even switched. Give me 1 second.
You're all good. You're all good. I do that way too many times, and then I'm so happy I got my stream deck because that has saved my life.
Yes. Hold on. I'm just gonna turn this down.
Especially
just a
being
bit.
very ADHD.
Oh yeah, I can see. I can see that. Chat, everybody.
I have it visually.
Chat, everybody. This is Queen of Nerds. Queen of Nerds, could you please tell everybody who you are and just a little bit about yourself?
Well, hello. Now I'm all nervous
sip,
all of a
bitches.
sudden, even though I used to do interviews all the time. I've been, I guess, kind of to know about me, I am a variety streamer. I do, arts and crafts, I do, Minecraft, I do Destiny, I play Phasmophobia, I play a whole array of games. I've been streaming for probably about 2-3 years, kind of on and off, but I am looking at getting more scheduled with that, and maybe even trying to go towards affiliate now, I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm just an ADHD, rando, crazy person.
Awesome. So I have your first question. It's actually from Rain, and I was asked to ask you this, so I don't know. Are you ready for it?
What?
How much wood would a woodchuck if a woodchuck wait? What would a woodchuck if a woodchuck would? That's from Rain.
Of course it's Rain. Hi, Rain.
Oh.
Actually, according to Rain, I'm the Baroness of Barony, which is a game we play.
Oh, okay.
It's the game we play.
Oh, that's funny. No, I actually do have an interesting question. This is actually from Smiley, who's in the chat. His question is, how did you decide on your name, and do the 3 3s have any meaning or just for the ease?
So, growing up, I was a nerd. But especially in high school and after high school, I had really delved into a lot of things, and I had a really good friend of mine at the time, actually a childhood friend of mine, she joked with me that she's like, you're so nerdy, you could be the queen of them. And I was like, she's like, no one else wants to lead it, but you. And I'm like, I guess you're true. I originally did the 3s because doing it with just normal ease was taken. So I did the 3s, and then later on I figured out it actually kind of fit because the power of 3, so I just use that now.
Okay. No, that's actually really cool. Like a happy coincidence.
Yeah. So
that is
it's kind of one of those things.
So my next question then is, what did you do before streaming?
So before streaming, I actually for a long time really worked a majority of jobs. I've worked in a lot of places. I do actually still technically work. I do work a full-time job along with streaming. But I was mainly in like the restaurant industry. I did cabinetry. I did a lot of customer service. Mainly waitressing and retail.
Okay, nice. So then how did you learn about streaming, and like what got you into it? Because I know sometimes I've met people where like they know others that knew about it, and like those people kind of like pushed them into it. What's your story?
I don't fully remember how I came across Twitch. Oh, I think it was because when I was in middle school, A friend of mine at the time and I were gonna try and do a Minecraft YouTube video series, and we kind of fell off a little bit, and then I kind of looked back into it like a year or two later, and realized actually it'd be kind of fun. So as I was looking into it, I came across Twitch, and then I just mainly watched people, mainly lurked, and then I had a few streamers I watched a lot that really inspired me, and especially with like how they were their own quirky selves, made me realize that I would fit in really well, and I love talking to people. I love being with people. It's how I am.
Yeah.
Especially like during COVID was kind of when I took my like big step in actually trying to stream.
Okay. No, yeah,
Trying to do that with Potato PC doesn't work well.
I was gonna say, if you don't mind me asking, who were the streamers that inspired you?
So at first, one of them I don't think streams anymore. At least if anything, not as often as she used to. Oh, what's her name? I'm trying to find it. The one that kind of really majorly, I would say actually had like a full hand in getting me to like stream would definitely be Lollipop Jai.
Okay.
She is a Twitch partner. She's a lot of fun.
Take a sip,
and
bitches.
also I would say Skizzleman, now a Hermitcraft.
Oh, okay.
Watched him watch, but he mainly streams, and he does Minecraft. And for me, with Skizz, what goes by Skizz, was when he was a band kid, and I was a band kid. But also to his energy and chaos is a lot like I am, and so that really kind of made me fully come out of my shell.
Nice. I love to hear that. I really do. It's just, I don't know, there's just something about it being, well, obviously like more freeing, you know, like kind of like,
Yeah.
just being you. And I think that's what I like about streaming is it's your channel. You can make it however you want, and when going into, and I feel like when going into someone's stream, and maybe not all streams because maybe not all streams, but I know in some streams like that's when you can really see who people are. And I don't know, it's cool. I think I don't know, it's just, I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I can tell you at least the very first streamer that I really followed, and like she kind of got me into like being more involved with Twitch, and also like kind of look into streaming a bit more. She was a craft streamer.
Okay. Oh wow, okay.
She streams anymore because I can't find her.
Yeah, I know sometimes.
But I know Stuart, so a craft streamer, helped a lot too. She actually answered a lot of questions for like crafting, especially since I'm looking to eventually get a camera and actually get like a legit setup for crafting.
Okay, so speaking of camera, how did you come across PNG VTuber? Because you know what's crazy is I just found out about those sometime like last year. Like,
yeah, it's not something. Well, so most people when they hear VTubing, they know of like the 2D models and the 3D models. Like Shy Lily, or even some of the more popular ones that use a 2D. But like Mandalee or Monarch. But I kind of wanted to start simple, kind of get an idea, get a feeler of like how I wanted to do my avatar.
yeah.
And I had realized that you can use a PNG because it's not as talked about as often. But I'm very self-conscious of how I look, which is unfortunate. But considering like I love dyeing my hair and everything, but
Yeah.
I've just always been very self-conscious of how I look, especially like on media where there's possibly lots of people watching,
Yeah.
which kind of sounds a little hypocritical coming from a band kid. But it's like, you're in the stands, you don't see me. You don't see my face.
Yeah.
So I think that's just a lot of it, and I feel like most people know me more by my voice and my laugh anyways than by my looks. So, I
Yeah.
don't know. I guess that's my answer.
No, yeah, no, I definitely see where you're going with that, and I feel like a lot of people don't realize how hard how it can be very difficult putting yourself out there, especially live and with people watching you. So it's a lot, and I feel like a lot of I feel like streamers don't get enough credit for that, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Real quick,
Well,
this is
especially I've heard people. Oh, you're good.
no, you're good. No, you continue. I want to know.
Oh, and I was gonna say, especially I've seen it with people between like even just like Twitch and YouTube, like seeing how some of the differences where like if people use a character to represent them in on YouTube, a lot of the times they don't think about it, whereas compared to like, oh, you do it for Twitch, but why don't you get all the questions of, oh, why don't you show your face? And it's like, you don't ask that in YouTube.
Yeah. No, I agree. And it's weird, like for me sometimes it's really weird because like sometimes I'll show my face on here, but sometimes like we'll go into like the VC channel, and you know how you can have your camera on.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but like lately I don't even like to have my camera on. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't like it. I don't know.
I like to blame COVID and Zoom meetings.
Yeah. I hate Zoom meetings. I hate them so much.
Oh god.
It feels so I feel so awkward. And it but I do have a question from you, and this is actually from your brother.
Surprise.
What are some things that you would like to stream in the future?
I want to get back into Phas. I actually kind of miss playing Phasmophobia. I do want to try and get my craft. I want to try and do craft streams again. Even if that's craft or art. I kind of consider both under the same pool. So
Yeah.
creative streams. There we go. I kind of want to start doing those more, especially once I get capture card.
Yeah.
So I can capture from my laptop because I draw on my laptop because it's a tablet with a pen.
Oh, nice.
I don't do mouse. So and probably also some games from my Xbox. I did at one point try. It's actually how I started streaming. Was trying to stream straight off my Xbox. Yeah, no, Twitch doesn't like Xbox.
Yeah.
So I want to try and play more games off Xbox. Probably things like Destiny. Maybe some of the games that I necessarily don't play on PC, but I especially play on Xbox. I know Destiny is one of them off the top of my head, but
Yeah. I was gonna say that's funny because when I first started streaming, all I had was an Xbox. That's all I had.
Take a sip, bitches.
Oh, I'm Queen. I don't know. I know I asked you last week if you were gonna drink with me. I don't know if you're drinking now. Are you?
I was just having some water to start out.
Okay, perfect. I was gonna say, because they just did the sip alarm, so I don't know if you'd like to take one with me.
Yeah, sure. I was gonna say there's not gonna be anything on my character, but
No, yeah, you're good. I do want to ask this question though, just because Gunny has asked it twice now, and I don't want to forget. It's so funny the way that she put it. Question from my sister: why should Jenna play Stardew Valley? And what do you say about people like her saying that game? No, I never said that. I don't even know what that game is. What is what is Stardew Valley?
Oh, you're going down a rabbit hole on this one.
Oh gosh.
Let's just preface. I've put over 400 hours into this game. I love it so much.
Okay.
Stardew Valley is kind of think of like Harvest Moon, where it's kind of a farming sim a little bit.
Okay.
But you also have like your mining, your fighting, you have fishing, you have animals that you can take care of, but like in a Terraria kind of pixel art. I understand with people having a hard time getting into Stardew at first because it can be a lot in the beginning. But what I always recommend to people is if it's to like, I've had some people approach me and be like, hey, I want to try this game again. Like, what do you suggest? And I always tell them, take one thing you want to focus on, like one thing you want to do, and focus on that. Start there.
Yeah.
Whether that be you want to clear the farm, because it does start with like debris and stuff. So like if you want to material gather, do you want to farm? Do you want to start straight up just with fishing? Like is caves and exploration and fighting monsters going to be your thing? Like start out with one thing and then go from there.
Yeah.
And that's talking from someone who's put over a lot of hours into the game, over multiple files on like 2 or 3 different consoles. I know some people, and then if it's like the quality of life stuff that bothers people, and they do have a PC, I usually suggest modding the game. There's a lot of really great quality of life mods that makes such a difference.
Okay.
And it helps a lot, and it's helped me in retaining, especially as I'm trying to currently work on my perfection file, which is 100% in the game essentially.
Okay.
And that's
I was gonna say, this was Gunny's next question. Do you think that it would be a game hard for somebody like me? And it's okay, you can be honest. It's okay, it won't hurt my feelings.
No. I am always at least give 5 to 10 hours into the game. If you don't like it from there, then go ahead. I'm never gonna be mad at you.
Okay.
I personally always think it's great to try at least. I know some people, especially now that another game's come out, if you don't like the setting or there's some quality of life stuff that's a little different. If you don't like that, and depending on the quality of life items, like one of them I'm trying to think of. Oh, like you get a free dash as many times as you want. Kind of like think like Zelda Dash. Not Zelda. Maybe it is Zelda. I don't know. I know there's a game that has the dash and I can't think of it at the moment. Is doing Coral Island. It's very similar, but instead it's actually saving, so instead of fighting a big corporation, not necessarily fighting, but kind of helping this small town and proving to a corporation they don't need their help. With Coral Island, it's clearing out an oil spill and kind of fighting the oil company instead of the corporation. I like it too because you can do some ocean exploration along with mines, and there's a lot of fun things in the ocean. But I really like Coral Island too. It's very similar down the road of Stardew Valley.
Okay.
If anything, to kind of give a recap, I always think it's free to try, especially if you think you want to try it again. Try one thing, then if you really don't like it, that's okay. It's not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah, I've never played it. I don't think I've seen videos for it or nothing.
Oh, okay. Thankfully, Stardew Valley is a multiplayer game, so if you ever want to, I can also help.
Take a sip.
I am Henriku, or my brother, will testify this. I am quite literally the Stardew Valley. I am a Stardew Valley. I know way too much about the game.
Okay. Okay.
Especially like when I play with some of my friends, there's one friend that was like just starting into Stardew Valley and kind of gaming in general. I will literally take care of money so she could do whatever she wants. She can take her time in the game.
Oh, so then what would you say is your least favorite thing about it?
The speed.
The speed? Okay. Okay.
Until you get a horse, your walking speed is fairly slow. It's not too bad considering you're still faster than the villager. But it's a little annoying. So I do have a mod that ups my run speed by like 1 or 2 ticks.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, it's not too bad until you get the horse. That's just the really part.
I'll have to check it out, and then if anything, I'll definitely let you know about playing. Cause I probably have heard of it. I don't know. I've just been through so many games that I don't think I remember. I don't know.
You're good. Stardew Valley is a very, very massive game for it being an indie game and really ran by, for the longest time, was actually only ran by one person, Eric Perone, or Concerned Ape. It wasn't until he did the multiplayer update about 3-4 years ago that he actually brought in a small team of people to help him.
Oh, okay.
Because it became so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he still like does a majority of the stuff on it. Just now he has a small like handful team that just helps him with like bug fixes and like maybe some of the art, some stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard. So kind of like Helldivers 2. I know with that game they didn't expect it to be so big, and then like they had to bring in extra people. So,
Yeah.
Real quick, guys, I was gonna say, Smiley, that question that you asked earlier, we are gonna get to that at the second part of the interview. So I won't forget about it. But please, if you can, guys, if you have any questions, please make sure to highlight it, or else it's kind of hard for me to see. And also welcome in to everybody that just came in. So my next question is, so you've been streaming for about like 2 years, right? Is that correct, or would that be wrong? Nice.
Yeah, I would say like actually putting an effort into streaming.
Yeah. So how would you describe your content to people that haven't seen it?
Chaos. Dirty chaos. It can be a bit everywhere. I do have usually a tag in my streams that says I am ADHD, so people are aware of it.
Yeah.
But just there for laughs, and I will talk to myself a lot.
Yeah.
I will entertain myself because I have to do it, and sometimes that is the funniest stuff.
But I think that's awesome. I really do. And I feel like that's like the fact that it comes so natural to you is so amazing, just because I feel like it's just so perfect for streaming, because even when I started out streaming and I was in there by myself, I didn't know how to talk. So then when people were actually starting to come in, I would forget about chat. Like I would never want to talk. He's so quiet.
I think the only one I really have a hard time with doing that is sometimes Minecraft. Because I can be, especially, I do stream a server that I am on, that I'm actually part of a person's Patreon. And so because of that, I gain access to the server. And I'll stream a lot on there. And when I do Minecraft, lately at least, and there's times I'm so focused on trying to figure out my color palette or like how I want to organize something, I'm super quiet, and then I'll sit there and be like, it's too quiet. I need to come up with a joke.
Yeah. No, I've definitely been there. This is actually real quick. This is from Smiley. So he said that he's heard talking to yourself is a sign of intelligence. I think I've heard that before as well.
I think I've heard that too. I like explaining that I talk to myself to kind of soundboard, but also just make sure I'm not fumbling something.
Yeah.
Because part of with my ADHD is because it's mainly mentally. My brain will go faster than I can talk. So if I do also talk way too fast, I have a tendency to talk really fast.
No.
So because of that, sometimes I'll talk to myself to kind of just make sure that I'm like not losing my mind and to kind of also like organize myself too.
Yeah.
So.
Not.
I can see it as a level of intelligence.
Yeah.
Intelligence.
Me too. I could definitely see that.
I guess it depends what you're talking to yourself about.
That's also a thing. Lately I find myself talking. I find myself talking to myself outside, and I think I've noticed like my neighbors, because they'll sit on their porch, and I think they've been watching me, and sometimes I wonder if they think like I'm just weird. Because I don't know, like, does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense.
Right. Oh, I know. I'm always paranoid about talking to myself like I'm in Walmart. Because I'm like talking to myself like, okay, remember this, this, and this. Remember this, this, and this.
Yeah.
I probably look like I'm nuts.
Yeah. Or like I'll talk to the dogs, like my dogs. I'll like have like full on conversations with them. And I'm just like,
talk to our puppy all the time.
Yeah. I'm just yeah. It's like a I don't know. But real quick, Queen, I almost sometimes I can't. Okay, now I can't talk. So I know before, and maybe I'm wrong, but I'm very curious as to how you got into gaming. So like for me, like because like as you know, a lot of the like so for me, a lot of the females that I know like in my real life, they don't play video games, they don't even go near games. Actually just joining streaming is when I got to meet a lot of female gamers. But I know that throughout the years it has gained, there's been like a rise in girls playing games. So but I am just very curious because like for me, my dad always had an Xbox growing up, and that's just some way of me keeping myself busy when I was with him. But I'm very curious as to with you, how did you like get into gaming?
So I grew up with games. Mainly, so it was kind of funny because I would read a lot. But I would also play games for the longest time. So of course I started out with Pokemon. I'm a 90s started.
Okay.
But I started with Pokemon, kind of mainly grew up with that. Both my brother and I had like DS's, and we would play with each other and like play all kinds of games. We'd play Mario Kart.
Yeah.
My family is very much a game family. So for me, it wasn't really hard to go from board games to video games. And I still actually love playing board games.
Same.
And tabletop games in general.
Yes.
As a true nerd, I play Pathfinder, which is the more math-heavy version of D&D. And
yeah, we play different board games.
yeah, I even just recently got a game. It's a social deception game, and it's so fun, and I can't wait to run it. Anyway, random tangent. But I mainly grew up with it, just kind of going off there. And then for a few years I did kind of go on a hiatus with it, mainly because like I got really obsessed with the Mortal Instrument series and Percy Jackson.
Ooh.
So I was too busy reading them.
Yeah.
To really kind of care about games. What really fully got me back into the gaming kind of thing was probably around when I was like 12.
Okay.
I got this DS game, just kind of on a whim. It sounded interesting. It was called Professor Layton and the Diabolical Box.
Okay.
And I still treasure that game so much. Professor Layton is a game series of puzzles. But what I like about it is they're out of the box puzzles. So it's kind of interesting because then the answer is not always going to be right there in your face. You got to come up with a creative way to get the answer sometimes. You did sometimes still have like your slide shift puzzles and stuff, but like one of them that it was the most pain in the butt puzzle. I could not figure it out for the life of me. It wasn't until my cat knocked my arm or bumped my arm, like nudging into me, that I found out the solution.
Oh wow.
So the puzzle went that there was a garlic shop owner, and he loved his shop, but he was getting tired of smelling the garlic. So he had 2 corks, and then 3 of the main vials that had like that had garlic in it that he used to store his garlic. You had to figure out where to put the corks. And it was like one of those like windy vial ones, right? That you like you go from vial A and trace down and figure out where it goes, right?
Yeah.
I did every solution I could think of with the 3 vials. I could not figure it out. It wasn't until I had the cork, I was using my stylus, I was holding the cork, and my cat nudged me, and the garlic shop owner is in the corner of the screen. And I went towards the corner, and the cork went in one of his nostrils. And I realized what the solution was.
Okay.
So you give him the cork to put in his nose, that way he could still run his shot, but he didn't have garlic. And I was like, why didn't I think of this? But it's cool because then it made me actually fully take in everything and go, okay, I need to assess everything that's on that screen because that could be a clue to how to solve this puzzle.
Yeah,
And I really dived deep. I still play a lot of puzzle games. Some of them I mainly played on my phone, and what they recently did one that's on the VR called The Room by Fireproof. So fun, little creepy, but so fun. And that really made me think too. And that really got me back into games, and I've been going since.
No, that's awesome. I kind of wish I would have started like you and did like puzzle games, because like I was more like, my dad mostly had like Gears of War or like Call of Duty.
Oh yeah.
Or baseball. There's a lot of baseball involved. There's not.
Yeah.
But
my older brother got me a little bit into the live service, like shooter games a little bit, because every once in a while I'd have to cover for him on Black Ops.
Yeah.
Mind you, that was like 3 times, but it was better than nothing.
Yeah.
But I liked zombies, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies.
Yeah.
But I had a hard time with it the first years. And then a good friend of mine, when I got my Xbox, was like, hey, try this game, it just launched, and I have been hooked on this in 2 seconds. I don't really like any other first-person shooter. Like, it's always kind of funny how that happens sometimes.
Yeah, no, I definitely get you. You know, my first puzzle game was Portal. Have you heard of that game?
That was my first Xbox game.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, that was my first
My
real...
first Xbox game.
Yeah, that was my first real like puzzle game, and that was when I first started streaming because somebody had suggested it, and I just want to say I almost cried because I felt so, I'm not even kidding, I felt so dumb. I felt like and then yeah, I just but it's good for you.
I get it. I actually only got to play Portal on Thanksgiving because my cousin had an Xbox. We had a Wii. I didn't get an Xbox until I graduated high school and bought it with my own money.
Oh wow.
Yay, Black Friday.
Yeah.
But we played a Wii. Well, and I always had like my DS and handhelds and stuff, so I was never too bothered. And we had a home computer until my brother ruined that circumstance because he downloaded a mod incorrectly, and our dad went, nope, no more games, and I was like, you're a butt. But yeah, I would play Portal on my cousin's Xbox anytime we visited on Thanksgiving, and he'd always try and belittle. It was so funny because he'd try and belittle me, like, "Oh my god, you're so stupid," and then I'd solve the puzzle, and he's like, "Oh, you're still stupid," and I'm like, "Dude, I just solved the puzzle for you."
Yeah.
I was like, never mind. I'm not fighting this.
Yeah, no, yeah. So, back to streaming. What would you say that is something that's often not talked about when it comes to streaming?
Honestly, I don't know, because I know a lot of people have been, especially I know at least like a lot of the bigger people have been coming out more about streaming. But I would say once you have like a semi-decent regular following, whether even if it's just like 2 or 3 people who are always contributing to streams, sometimes being aware of your mental health. I think, especially once you get into like affiliate and partner, there's a lot of pressure to make sure you're streamed, and so I know that's where a lot of it comes into the mental health spectrum. A lot of people are, you have to know whether, okay, am I okay enough I can push through it a little bit, or do I need to step back and be like, hey, I can't stream today, I'm sorry, like, we'll check back in a day or 2 kind of thing.
So yeah, with that, I feel like that can be kind of difficult, because there's been times where like I really didn't want to go on stream. Like I really just did not want to. Like I'll be honest, there's been times where like I was crying right before stream, and I was like, I really don't want to go on. But then I would go on, and it honestly, it would be like one of like the best streams that I've ever done. You know, and like people, like, they've helped make the night better, and I would end on like a good note. But then there's also times where I'm not feeling it, and then I do go on stream and it's still like, like I shouldn't have gone on. So it's kind of, it's hard. It's hard. Yeah.
So I'll share this. It is a little touch sad. But what kind of got me really, especially like fully streaming again, especially, I mean, I even pushed through it with my Xbox, considering Twitch doesn't like Xbox. Or Xbox doesn't like Twitch, I don't know. But, is I had pushed myself to play a game called Spiritfarer. It is a game that you play as kind of the new Charon, Charon. I don't know how you actually say the name. It's a Greek god. He's the dead. He's the ferryman of the dead.
Oh, okay.
You take over as the role, and it's you and your cat, which is kind of fun. The cat's hilarious. But the big premise of though is grief, because you find out later as you play through the game, and I will feel okay telling this because it's very niche. You like have to find it to know. All the people that you help, that come in different animal forms, are all people she helped when she was a nurse. And it took a lot for me to push myself to play the game, but I'm so glad I did, because it actually helped me grieve the passing of my grandma. And it was a lot, but at the same time, I'm so glad I did it, because I had a lot of people who were supportive. I mean, I only had like 2 or 3 people, but nonetheless, they were still supportive.
Yeah.
And it made the experience of the game not only like, okay, that I'm playing this to kind of help me with my grieving, because I knew there was warnings of death. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm used to death. But having actually people be there for me, especially, I do have a family member. Thankfully, it's not my parents, but I have another family, and it's not my brother. We have another family member who was not really all that supportive, and if anything, even tried to tell me I had no right to grieve for her. It really helped me in actually being able to grieve in a more healthy way, but also I knew I had people other than family who was there to support me.
Yeah. And that's actually one of the best feelings. I'm not gonna lie. Just knowing that like you have people that genuinely want the best for you and that are gonna support you and that are there for you, and to me that's something that's really amazed me throughout like streaming. So I definitely am. This is real quick, this is a question from Henry. Okay, on a scale of 1 to yes, how confident would you how confident would you be if you were challenged to speedrun both Portal games?
I'd be okay. I know there's really good speedrun strats. I haven't played the game for a hot minute, but I think I would still be able to get my way through the puzzles pretty quickly.
Nice.
Not as fast as the room. Not as fast as the room.
This is a question from Gunny, and just so you guys, oh, sorry, Queen, what were you saying? I was just gonna say real quick, this is just a question from Gunny. Who is better at video games, Henry or you?
Depends the game.
Depends the game.
If it's platforming games, Henry takes the cake because he played Mario and I'm struggling through Hollow Knight right now. I have such a hard time with platformers. If it's strategy games or puzzle games, maybe even like farming games, not necessarily Stardew. And at least maybe Minecraft, we both have our pros and things we're good at. He's better at redstone, I'm better at building and making things look pretty. But I also do know still a decent chunk of game mechanics.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it would just kind of depend. Puzzle games, I would for sure wipe the floor on him.
Ooh.
Probably also any games that require reflex, unless if it's Street Fighter, because he knows all the combos and I call that cheating. Not really cheating, but he plays Street Fighter, I don't. But I really, honestly, I think it would just kind of depend the game.
No. Okay, I can see that. Oh. Hold on one second. I was gonna say, guys, just so you know, we only have a couple more questions on the streaming part, and then we're gonna go to part 2. So if you have any more questions for Queen about streaming or about games, please put them in now. But Queen, so real quick, what is something that you would do different if you could start completely over with streaming with the knowledge you have now?
Probably my overlays, but also honestly I don't know, because the fun about streaming is it's kind of like technology, and I can make this comparison, I work in IT. It's always changing, it's always evolving, you're always learning something new.
Yes.
So I feel like there's some things, like maybe more of the technical things, that I wouldn't have, like, I would be doing a lot better. But, and I think if anything, like, especially, with the VTuber range, I wouldn't have dawdled so long, to come up with a character.
Okay.
I was really honestly kind of scared because there was for a while where there was kind of a lot of hate towards VTubers because they were taking over and all the booba and everything, and I'm like, but I'm not doing that, so am I gonna get ridiculed anyways? And I kind of just finally said fuck it and just went for it. So I think if anything, more of just ripping the band-aid off and not dawdling my time, that I have to trust my judgment and I have to trust my instincts.
Okay. No, that's a good answer.
And when in doubt, pull tarot.
I was gonna say I love your character. Purple is actually my favorite color, and I think she's beautiful. Like I just love that you have like, is that a butterfly, right? Or am I wrong? A butterfly?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I think it just, I don't know, it just looks so cool, and like, I don't know, I love the details. She's really beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. First, I just kind of put together on Pie Crew, but it has at least given me inspiration for how I want to fully do my model. Because I do want to try and do something more full.
Yeah.
Just because, as you could, it's kind of a little awkward in some areas with it. Like if I move the character a little bit down, the hat's not a full circle.
Oh, okay.
But I felt like this was kind of the best way to get both, you know, kind of still giving that regal vibe of a queen, but also getting more of my witchy side, which is very much a big part of who I am.
Yeah.
But I have another one. I have another character I switch between sometimes. I'll use it when I'm more in kind of a relaxed mood. That has a veil over her face, but you can still see it. That's kind of cool.
Oh, that's really cool. Hold on 1 second, Queen.
You're okay.
Anonymous, you strike again, and thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the level 3 hype train. I really do appreciate it. And I appreciate for all of you that are here and asking questions. These are really good questions. Seriously, and please stop being anonymous. But thank you. So this is my second to last question. What advice would you give someone that just started to stream, or someone that is wanting to start streaming?
Pick the thing you love and go with it.
Ooh.
I'm very much a person. I am a jack of all trades, master of none, but it's better than being a master of one. That's why I always tell people I'm a variety player, because you never know what you're gonna get out of me. But I started streaming, using all of like playing games that I love. I'm 90% sure I started streaming playing Stardew. And Stardew, Minecraft, and Destiny. And I just went for it. And honestly, I feel like going with a game you love, not necessarily what's popular, but what you love, helps you build that confidence as a streamer.
Yeah.
I feel like if you try and go with a game that's popular, but you don't really like it, it makes it so much harder to get in. Like if I had tried to start streaming when, I think it was, especially there was a part, like I kind of took a small hiatus because of health stuff. When I came back, Phasmophobia was becoming really, really popular. It was fairly new, like everyone was just diving for it, right?
Yeah.
And I had debated playing it, even though I'm not really a spooky person, but I like the concept of like trying to figure out ghosts and spirits and stuff, and especially me in the supernatural, I love learning about it. It's based off of a lot of stuff too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that would be a lot of fun, but I don't know the game. And I decided, you know, okay, let's just start with something I know. If I hadn't have done that, I don't think or I would definitely be delayed in my So do a game or a thing.
Yes,
whether that be crafting, that be playing Stardew, playing Minecraft, no matter how small the game is, or just there's a lot of people who play it, still do it. There's a lot of people who play Minecraft. That doesn't stop me from streaming it. And I know I'm not the best at the world. I'm no Pearlescent Moon or Gemini K, but I'm still gonna Minecraft because I love that game. I've been playing it since I was 12.
Yeah.
That's not gonna stop just because some people tell me to build a crap.
Yeah.
I know. I probably will.
No, yeah, I definitely.
But trying to start out and you don't really know, or like if you're not really an artsy person and you try to do something artsy, it's not gonna
Yeah.
work out.
Yeah, that's actually a great example.
And if you do want to do something that's in the arts, do your favorite medium. I happen to do a lot of mediums, but most of my craft streams were me doing pop sockets. I did custom pop sockets for a while with acrylic paint. Was my favorite thing I loved doing, and I was really glad I did that because that helped me and especially inspire. And a lot of times, it'll help you inspire you to either do better, either with the art or even with your stream qualities, whatever it may be.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was gonna say real quick, if you ever want to play Faz, I have it, and I'm more than down to play with you. But I'm a screamer and a runner. Just if you do play with me, just so you know, I don't. It's
Kind of funny when it comes to Faz. I'm better with people. I am terrible playing by myself.
Me too. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Absolutely terrible.
Yeah, I'm the same way. And I was gonna say, so what was I gonna say? Oh, so this is my last thing. Before we move on, is there anything that you would like to add about streaming?
Use OBS, don't use Streamlabs. I don't know.
Oh,
I learned that one the hard way.
ooh, okay.
And OBS and Stream Elements are two whole different things.
Yes, yeah, they are.
Do your research. Actually, long ago, when I very first started on Twitch, actually was Smite, which is kind of like League of Legends, but you play as gods and goddesses. And now, like, they have a lot of popular heroes like King Arthur. I used XSplit, and I didn't know it was XSplit until I started streaming again. I was looking off of Streamlabs, and I was like, let me see it. I was like, oh, this program went down the shitter. OBS can be a little overwhelming at first, but it's one of those things of once you get the hang of it, it's super easy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tutorials on how to use OBS, but I feel like OBS is especially it's a lot easier to customize compared to Streamlabs, and just kind of things in general.
Okay.
Trying to do an overlay and everything in Streamlabs was such a pain. I don't know how people use it.
I actually use Streamlabs.
I mean, even now. Oh, I'm surprised. Yeah, I use OBS, but that's like what lets me use my PNG right now. I have OBS technically open because I'm using the virtual camera. So
Oh,
it lets
wow.
me actually use my PNG. Yeah, so I just have it up here on my OBS. Did start virtual camera, and then Discord I just selected as my virtual camera because I don't have an actual camera.
Okay. Yeah, I really can't say much on OBS just because like I've never used it. When I first started streaming and started to get like more into it, I've just only used Streamlabs. So
I don't blame you. Streamlabs is very beginner friendly. Especially looking at it from like an IT perspective. It's kind of like the whole thing between Apple and Samsung. Apple's a lot simpler, but Samsung gives you more customization. So I get it. But it's something I definitely always suggest if you can, and especially if you know you can push yourself to get to that comfortability. Do OBS. It is so much easier. And Streamlabs pulls from OBS anyway, so if you do OBS, you're gonna get the updates for it's on OBS before you get Streamlabs.
okay.
Fun fact.
They actually no, that's actually a good fact because I'm like, okay, Gunny, I don't know. No, I don't. I'm just like, okay, good. I don't know. But we are gonna move on, guys. We are moving on to the second part of the interview, and it's called TV shows and movies. Are you ready for this one, Queen?
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
I hope so. I hope you enjoy the questions. And also chat, of course, you can chime in too. Yeah, chime. Or is it chime? No, it's chime. So my first so for my first question is, what is your favorite genre when it comes to TV shows in movies, unless do you kind of have like, does it kind of like depend like, so I guess I'm sorry, I can't. I'm sorry,
No,
Corey.
no, good. I get what you're saying. I get what you're
Yeah.
saying. For me, I would have to say mainly fantasy, but at the same time, it depends the medium. If it's a TV show, some reason historical fiction always. Well, it's the same with my books. I love historical fiction and I love fantasy.
Okay.
But movies can be the same. Okay, so to like TVs and movies can be a lot of the same. But like, you put it into the genre, you start talking to me about anime, that's gonna be something different.
Yeah.
A lot of things in anime. I do not like rom-coms. I just too cheesy for me. However, for some reason when it's an anime, I can handle it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not super cheesy. It's actually like slow burn or like
Yeah.
it feels like I'm reading an actual decent romance
Yeah.
from a book instead of just, hey, Channing Tatum fell for this person. And I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, why? It makes sense. Like Hallmark, I can't stand Hallmark. The only Hallmark series I could stand was Tea Garden. Something Tea Garden, because it's a mystery. It's a murder mystery.
Oh, I'll have to see that one. The only Hallmark
And a bakery.
and a bakery.
That's the only reason I watched that one with my mom.
Oh shit! I was gonna say for me, I could only watch I don't know if you probably never seen it. Holiday in Handcuffs. That's the only Hallmark I've ever seen. But other than that, I stay away from them because they're just too cheesy for me. And so like how do you what's the what's the word where it's like not gullible, but it's like you're just like, oh, I already know what's gonna happen. Like this is obvious. You know what I mean?
Predictable.
Yeah, predictable. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, especially Hallmark or anything around there. I'm like, yep, it's predictable. I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it happened. But
Yeah.
about a show way long ago, How to Get Away with Murder,
Ooh.
because they were so good at pulling twists. You never like the preview into like the next episode may show you like the assistant, but like 3 episodes later you find out no, actually it was the husband or whatever it may be, and it's
Yeah.
oh my god, they were so good at pulling twists, and a lot of the actors were in it were really good and everything. It's also what I really liked. My latest obsession was Magicians. It is a bit of an adult show because there is quite a bit of spicy scenes in the first 2 seasons, but aside from that, it's not too bad. It's not Game of Thrones. It's not like Game of Thrones where it's like every freaking season. You can't. But I liked Magicians because you never really fully knew what was gonna happen. You could have an idea. You could have like kind of an inkling of what's gonna happen. But like sometimes you're right. A lot of times they pull something from way left field or a character you forgot about. And you're like, wait, what?
Yeah. What's it called? Oh, so this is a question from Smiley. It says Queen said she doesn't like rom-coms. Is that all encompassing, or has there been any or one that wasn't cheesy and ruined for her?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. Can I think of any that I like? Like I said, the really like only thing I could think of that's like a romance one for sure I know is an anime, so 2 anime ones actually. But like actual like real life rom-coms, oh, there was one. Oh, I don't remember what it was. I think it had Sandra Bullock in it.
Oh, I think I know what it is. Is it The Proposal?
What do you think it is?
Is it
No.
No?
Oh, hell no.
I like that
No,
movie.
it's only a few years old. I think she did it with Channing Tatum, but she played as a writer.
Oh,
Did like these like kind of like Indiana Jones adventure like books.
Yeah, I know.
To actually find out that what she was writing about was actually true, and it is a bit of a rom-com. But what I liked about it is that it's classified as a rom-com, but that wasn't the main premise of it. So I guess I'm okay with them if that's not the big huge main thing.
Okay.
But like if it's just something that kind of happens, I'm okay with it. Or if it's like an equal mix.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I agree with that. Yep, right. The Lost City. I know what movie, especially when you said Channing Tatum. It just came out, Smiley.
Remember, I thought it was The Lost City, but I was just like, I can't remember.
Yeah, it's still kind of new. I haven't seen it. If you guys want to watch it, it's been popping up on my recommendations on Hulu. So it's on Hulu if you have it. So for my next question, Queen, what would you say is the best TV show and movie of all time?
Oh, that's a hard one. TV show. I'm gonna have to say 911.
I never seen it.
It's so good. It's so good. I love it because you see the perspective of the firefighters, the paramedics, and the cops all in one. And so it's not like Chicago Med and PD and Fire, where it's you have to watch the different series to know what's going on.
Okay.
They kind of have it all in one. But some of the calls they've gotten on there, I like it because a lot of their calls are based off of real ones, obviously like a little dramatized for show.
Yeah.
But like the sass of one of the main cops, Athena, is just beautiful. Oh, and they also even show a little bit of like the 911 dispatchers. And I absolutely love it. It's so good. It is so good for a laugh too. Oh my gosh.
Okay. I'll have to check it
I'll
out.
sometimes rewatch episodes like to get a laugh out of it.
Yeah, I do the same. I do that with Modern Family and The Big Bang Theory.
Oh yeah, Big Bang Theory is a good one. I also do that sometimes with Merlin. I'll do that if I really need a big
So what
was a good one.
What movie would you say is the greatest of all time that you could just rewatch and like, you know what I mean?
Howl's Moving Castle. It's
I've
an
never seen
animated one by Studio Ghibli or Ghibli. But there's just something about that movie that I mean, I think literally there was 1 week I watched it, I think a total of 27 times in just 1 week because I was really down. I really needed that pick me up, and also helped me focus on like I think I was doing some cleaning or chores. And so it helped me focus too. But that is definitely a comfort movie and a movie I always suggest for people to watch, especially if they're wanting to get into the Studio Ghibli films. And if anything, watch the film, read the book, rewatch the film. You catch so many subtleties that are in the book only that you don't know it's there until you read the book.
Oh, okay. This is a question from Smiley.
Biggest one. Yeah, you're good.
No, sorry. You continue. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. Like one of the biggest ones, and most people don't catch it, is in the very beginning of the movie when Hal comes to Sophie, his ring is glowing, and you figure out the significance of it, like later in the movie. But when you rewatch it, you catch it, and especially you figure out, why Hal was looking specifically for Sophie. And like a bunch of different things. And it just it helps clarify a bit of it. It's kind of like Great Gatsby. Watch the movie, read the book, then rewatch the movie, and you understand the movie 20 times better.
Okay. Wow, yeah. I never thought about it that way. That's actually really cool. I was gonna Charles. I was gonna say, oh, sorry. So Henry did answer this kind of for you already, but I still want to ask anyways. This is from Smiley. It says, Queen mentioned Game of Thrones earlier. Which character was your favorite? Who did you initially think would hold the Iron Throne at the end?
So, funny thing is, I have not finished Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I binged it, I stopped, and then I haven't fully finished it yet. It's the same with Supernatural. I will say for right now, with where I'm at, Marjorie's one of my favorite characters, but also I was playing her in a D&D campaign, hence what got me watching Game of Thrones. But I also really like Daenerys because who does not want to control dragons? I have a huge thing with dragons, so I'm like, yes, please. So I guess it would be a tie between that, because I love like Daenerys with her like brute force with like the dragons and everything, and showing care for them. And especially as when she was a Khaleesi, like watching her story there, but also watching Marjorie with like her cutting in the court and everything to get her way is always been interesting to me, especially as a Ravenclaw Slytherin person. So it's always, especially someone who's like very much into sometimes that cutting part of things is always very interesting to me.
Okay. I've never seen it, so I don't know. I do want to watch it though. I hear that it's pretty good.
It's pretty good, especially if you're okay with sex.
Yeah, I know.
Be okay with it.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of sex in it because my mom would always watch it, and I used to always like walk in on her watching it, and I'm just like, are you just watching porn? Like, bro.
Watch it. My dad would watch it, and I kind of would have a hard time with it. Like if there was a sex scene, I'm like, nope, I'm out of here. But
yeah.
my dad would start actually pulling me in during the fight scenes, especially with the dragons, and that's what got me majorly into Game of Thrones. I'm like, I want the dragon fights.
Yeah, I can't watch sex scenes with my parents. It's just really uncomfortable. It's just not.
It's so weird.
I've only watched. There's only one time with my dad a sex scene came up in a movie, and he turned it off.
The only thing I was able to watch with my dad was Shadowhunters, and it's because it was a male gay couple, and my dad can't stand it, but I have no problem with it. It's not he can't stand it. It's just it's not his cup of tea.
Okay.
And so he was the one that was embarrassed. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here like, oh, they were way worse than the books.
Yeah, right? Like, you're just like... Yeah, especially, you know what's crazy is at the time with my dad, I was like, I already knew about sex, so I was kind of like, I don't know, I was just kind of like...
Right? Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're just like...
Yeah, it was just like, yeah, those ones are always difficult to watch. I will say it's hard to watch it with my dad. If it comes up with my mom, a lot of the shows we watch don't go really into it, so it's easier for me to watch it with my mom, and I'm comfortable with my mom. My mom and I are actually very close, but like, I'm very close with my dad too. I'm very much a daddy's girl, but my dad watches the scenes that it's like, okay, this is borderline porn. Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah. Not my mom. I remember when I was like 13 or 12 and I was watching Taken with my mom. You know that movie Taken?
I think so. Sounds familiar.
Where like they like kidnap all these girls and it's like about like I think like sex trafficking. And I remember I was so traumatized. I was so traumatized. She watched it with me and I was like, I looked at her and I'm like, I can't watch this. And then she's like, then leave, just leave. And I was like, so I went outside traumatized. I was like, I'm never gonna travel. That's what I told myself. I'm like, I'm never traveling. I'm never doing. So, real quick, Queen, what is a TV show or movie that you are surprised that most people haven't heard of or seen?
hard one because a lot of the movies I like are fairly well known. Studio Ghibli is known among a lot of the anime people, but also just a lot of people who like more of the heartfelt movies anyways. But also, like, I love Nightmare Before Christmas. That's a big movie for me.
Ooh.
Everyone knows that damn movie.
Yeah.
It feels like, that's for sure. So it'd probably have to be a TV show. I don't know. Do we count anime?
No,
Different answer.
Just so you know, you can definitely count anime. Like if it's a TV show, a movie, if it's anime, if it's live action, whatever you want, like it is. Like it's like a yeah. So you're
some
good.
people who differentiate. So, I know a lot of people who, like even myself, I categorize it differently.
Yeah, I can see
just
that.
because anime is its own genre at this
Yeah.
point. And there's so, there's like such a wide array of shows and everything, and such a wide array of genres. I would have to say, for those who watch anime, Ancient Magus Bride. It is a beautifully done story. It is a fantasy setting. And it's got a lot of humor in it, honestly. But I really like it because it feels kind of whimsical, but also can get dark when it needs to be.
Okay. Speaking of
A
anime,
normal TV show, though, I would
Uh-huh.
have to actually say Timeless.
I never.
But it also doesn't surprise me, though, because it is a bit of a history one. So I know a lot of people, and I don't know what it is with people in history, but it's kind of cool, though, because it was them going back and, like, there was one person who also managed to somehow have a time machine, or who stole the time machine and tried to go back and change a lot of points in history. And so this group that was originally supposed to take the time machine, they thankfully had a backup one, or like a prototype. They fixed it up and then was chasing this person along history, trying to keep history the same as it was. If anything, at least not make too many changes. And that was a good one. That was kind of really interesting. Especially, what I liked about it is they talked a lot about more of the obscure parts of history that gets overshadowed from some of the main events.
Okay.
And that's what I loved about Timeless.
I'll have to check
there was
that out.
Quantum Leap, which was also really good. That was them actually deliberately going to different points in time and changing history. But Timeless, I liked a lot more because it was going into that more obscure parts of history
Okay.
that not everyone really ever knew about unless you're a history buff guy.
Oh, okay, nice. I'll have to check it out. I was gonna say, so speaking of anime,
Sadly, it doesn't air anymore, but it's a good one.
oh, maybe it's on YouTube still. I know sometimes you can find stuff like on YouTube or just some like websites.
Timeless was on Hulu. If anything, it's probably on Amazon at least.
Yeah. Okay.
Or I might be thinking of Quantum Leap. I know Quantum Leap's on Amazon.
I've heard of that one, yeah. So Gunny was gonna ask, this is a question for Gunny, why is and I don't know if this is gonna make you upset, but why is anime so terrible? You don't have to answer.
I can actually legitimately see why some people don't like anime or why they don't like people who watch anime. I think that's more of the people who watch anime. I had actually gotten turned away from watching anime for like 2-3 years because of it.
Okay.
Because I had some friends who were those cringy anime watchers that I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore.
Okay.
And especially when anime was becoming very popular, like really starting to become mainstream, it kind of felt like all you were seeing was the same genre over and over and over again. A lot of people who get into anime, especially right now, they see a lot of isekais, which is you die and come back or like reborn in another world kind of thing.
Okay.
And there's so many of them. and I don't blame people for getting tired of it, but what I like about things like Crunchyroll is if you find stuff that's not like, if you find something you like that's not necessarily an isekai, it's pretty good about making sure to find other stuff that's along that same genre. Or, hey, we see, you know, it honestly, it's kind of like Netflix with their recommendations, but 20 times better and actually gives a crap. Like, I like Overlord, which is about a guy who was like a hardcore gamer and played the game since day one, and he was the only person left on the server when the server turned off. And he got, it's technically an isekai, but it's not the main premise of it, and that's the important thing. And so he actually becomes his character, like, permanently. And so he's trying to figure out what happened, but it's kind of cool because he's like, I don't know how to run an army. How do I do this?
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool. Like, he's just like this big, like fuck off wizard, and he's just like, I don't know how economy works, and it's so fun. I love it. I love it for the humor. But you know, so I could see why a lot of people with the anime especially are like, oh, ew, you watch animes, because they think of the isekais, they think of My Hero Academia. Attack on Titan, I know, has some interesting people sometimes, but it's kind of how I look at everything, of that, okay, you have a few bad apples in the bunch, doesn't ruin the whole bunch. Not everyone's like that.
No, yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah, especially as I'm someone, you know, I have 2/3 of my head shaved, I have an undercut, I have a lip piercing, I dye my hair black and purple. My hair is originally blonde. I don't keep my blonde hair.
Yeah.
Some people say it's. I'm aware of how I look, and I can, you know, I'm aware of how I look, but I make sure that's not what people judge me.
Yeah. No, I can see that, definitely. Yeah.
I do a nice stereotype.
Yeah. So my next question is, what live action show or movie do you think has best represented a comic or anime?
Ooh. That's actually kind of hard. Because I don't really have anything that I've like watched live action that was like based off an anime. Like, I know Death Note has a live action. There's a few others that have live actions. I haven't really watched them, so I would not really know. I will say I did watch the Avatar: Last Airbender live action one. And while there's some things that I'm kind of sad they missed, or kind of skipped over, or not really skipped over, but I guess like really kind of powered through it.
Yeah.
I feel like they still did a pretty good job
Okay.
sticking to the main thing. It's better than the Percy Jackson movies. So
Oh,
I want to throw those in the trash.
I've heard it.
Like, people
Yeah.
talk about the series, and it's super funny. I'm like, obviously you never watched the movie, because the movies are so much worse. This is an improvement. We're getting an upgrade, you guys.
I didn't even get to finish the Percy Jackson series, so I've never read the books. I've only seen the movies. I actually enjoyed the movies, but I've heard that from the books, it's nothing from it, and that you would be really disappointed if you read the books and watched the movies. So
Yeah.
I've tried. Yeah.
I can see that. For me, I always told people, if you read the books, and especially you really, really like the books and the way that they went, you're not gonna like the movie.
Yeah.
However, if you watch the movie for what it is, like either you separate yourself from the book or you've never read the book, it looks like a good movie. They did really good with the, like, from a video production perspective, they did really good with the CGI. They did really good with like the film itself.
Yeah.
But the story wasn't the same, especially way they advertised it, they changed so much of it, it ended up just being a disappointment.
See, and I think because I've read books where like they've turned them into live action movies, and I will say like I've been disappointed so many times because they don't go by the book. They don't go by how the character looks or how the character's personality is, and it kind of pisses me off because it's kind of like, what's the point of doing this if you're not even like, go create your own thing versus trying to say you're going based off a book or an anime show or like the comics. It's kind of like you're just wasting people's time and you're just gonna piss people off.
So, fun thing. Get another fun fact. That was one of the things I loved about Shadowhunters. Was despite it being different from the books, she explained in several so Cassandra Clare wrote the Mortal Instrument series. She explained in several interviews, and and we've known this for a long time. She talked about it a lot of times in normal interviews for her books. But when she did the show and people asked why the show wasn't the same, she gave kind of a similar reason. She essentially had written out the Mortal Instruments in two different ways. Basically, one of them being if the main character's mom died or not. Obviously, she decided to go with one of them for the books. Well, when they approached her about, hey, we want to make a TV series, she's like, hey, I have this whole other story I basically wrote that I decided to not go with. Are we okay with going with this other alternative storyline? And they went with it, and it was really cool because then we got to see, okay, what if it had gone the other way?
Yeah.
What if they didn't do this or do this, without giving away the book. Even though it's like halfway through the first book. But it's like, so it was really cool because it was in a way a new thing. We got to see, because she had taunted us for years that she had another timeline written out, but never told us anything about what was in that timeline. So it was really cool with the show seeing what that other timeline was. It was kind of like seeing an alternative timeline, and it was kind of cool.
That is okay.
There was a lot of points that were the same, but it was still really cool.
I can see that. And this, just so you guys know, we are about to move on to the next part of the interview, but this is my second to last question on this part. Do you think America produces the best films and TV shows? Because I've watched Korean TV shows, and I think like I don't know, there's some good ones on Netflix. Like there's some really I'm just like, wow. Like, wow.
I feel like it depends what's your cup of tea.
Okay.
Because if you like drama or mystery, British do it best. I don't know what it is, British do it best.
They do. Skins. The show Skins.
They really do.
They drama, just pure drama. I don't. Okay.
What's the other one? There was oh my god, there's a mystery one that my grandma watches all the time, and I'm blanking on the name, but it's a British one. But like, if you like dramas, I know a lot of people who prefer the Korean dramas, because it's, because it is very drama filled. So I guess it kind of depends on what's your cup of tea.
I can see that.
If you like animated, like cartoon films, I feel like it's a hit and miss. Now, if you have to go with like an overall answer, in my honest opinion, TV shows, I feel like they can, but movies are really a hit. Especially if it's something that's been going on for a long time, or if they have to do a sequel for it. Like, it's so weird. Like, okay, Disney did Cinderella, or they did Ariel, right? They had the second sequel to Ariel, was all right, but it wasn't that bad. They did Cinderella. They had Cinderella 2, which was awesome. But Cinderella 3 was an absolute shit show. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But 2 was beautiful because it was like they totally completely ignored what happened with the stepsisters in 2, which was sad because they kind of redeemed themselves.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like,
Yeah.
So to me, it's very much of, it depends what you look for in TV series and movies. For me, it's very much a hit and miss. Like, I love 911, I love Timeless, but oh my god, the Kardashians can go burn for all I care.
Oh yeah. No, I agree with you.
Can't stand those. I can't stand reality TV shows. Except Decked Out, because they have some funny stuff, and most of the time it's the charter guests. It's not even the crew.
Yeah.
You
No.
get like pretentious people doing these charter cruises on a yacht, and some of the shit they pull is hilarious. That's the only reason I watch that show, is to watch people do dumb stuff on their drunk. Aside from that, I like Shameless. Shameless can go burn. I don't care. That is a weird ass show. It is no.
Okay.
No.
I can see that. No, I never got into Shameless, actually. I could never do it. I mean, I tried. I just couldn't do it because I don't know. I think they were going in a good direction at first, and then I think it just got too dramatized.
I watched one scene from Shameless when I was just like making myself lunch in the kitchen, because our kitchen and living room, there's no wall or anything. It just goes from hard floor to carpet. So I can, and my dad has a 75-inch TV, so I can see whatever he's watching, right? And a sound system, so like I can see it clear as day, right? I watched one scene from Shameless, and that was the end of it. I went, nope, I am never for sure watching this show.
Yeah, I could see that.
I went, nope.
Yeah, I only watched a few. It was actually like a few episodes, and then I just kind of noticed that they were just getting kind of too like, I don't even know how to,
really wild.
yeah, like it was just more of like I understood where they were coming from, because it's very real. It happens, especially it is very real, like the situation that they're kind of living in, and like the parents that they have. But then it just started getting dumb. I was like, all right. I was like, this is just dumb. I'm like, I can't watch this.
They tried to start going. They were like, okay, how far can we push the line?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Oh, this is okay. So I did have a second to last question, but this is a question from Smiley, and it kind of goes with the question that I asked. What country has the worst? So, what country do you think has the worst movies/TV shows? That's a good question, Smiley.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that one.
Yeah, I don't think I would. Tiny, I'm not. I don't. America, that's for Tiny. We have some good TV shows. Like a few. It's not like they're not all the best, okay? But you know, I've heard like the Turkish series are actually really good. I've never seen any, but I heard that they're like really, really good. I'm actually thinking about getting into
some
that.
of the Indian films are really good, especially if you like Bollywood. I know there's some good. They have some good Bollywood ones.
Yeah.
And there's definitely drama in that one.
Okay, yeah, I guess I can see that. So this is my last question. Before we move on, what show or movie do you recommend to watch to everybody that's listening?
I always have a hard time with that, because I'm like, I always want to ask, okay, what do you like?
Yeah.
I am very much a person of, when people come to me for recommendations, I like being able to tell them something that is actually along their avenue.
Okay.
But I would have to say, if you like something that's just kind of, it's nothing too terribly serious, it's just a little kind of, you know, it's goofy, it's got its moments, but also kind of just watching people kind of being stupid, definitely 911. It's a really good TV show. I love just putting it on while I'm like cleaning the kitchen or cooking dinner, and just being able to laugh my ass off from some kind of snide comment someone made.
Yeah. I can see that.
I know at least with movies, it's hard with movies because I'm always like, oh, Studio Ghibli. I absolutely love Studio Ghibli. And what I love about it is definitely a family movie. You can put it on for a kid. They're just gonna love all the fun, magical stuff or the artwork, right?
Yeah.
They have such beautiful scenery. But adults can watch it and go, oh my god, I relate to this because of some like really hard personal thing that they're dealing with.
Yeah.
Or they'll catch the small thing of, oh, she's depressed. But you wouldn't, she didn't say it. She doesn't look like she's depressed, but the way that she's wording something, you're like, oh yeah, she's struggling with something. I absolutely love it. I always recommend anything from the Studio Ghibli franchise to anyone. It's hard because they recently, not the most recent one is The Boy and the Heron, and I haven't watched that one. But the one I think was technically Studio Ghibli, but it was done by one of the directors, the more famous director, Hayao Miyazaki, his son. Was done in 3D, and I know that really put a lot of people off, especially the main character looks kind of a little weird.
Yeah.
But the storyline of it itself is really good.
Okay.
Like, I really like what they've done with it.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't really gotten into anime, but I definitely want to give it a chance because I did watch Dr. Stone, and I did enjoy it.
I haven't watched Dr. Stone actually.
You should.
That's one I haven't watched, but my list is freaking humongous. Like,
Yeah.
I have so many.
Yeah. See, yeah.
So I just thought of it. For the answer to the question earlier, yay, another perk of ADHD. I randomly think about it in the back of my head until it comes to mind. For the worst TV shows, this is gonna get very oddly specific, but American children TV shows. They're so stupid half the time. Like, Peppa Pig is just teaching your children to be a little bitch. Like, please no. Like, I was spoiled. Please, you cannot argue with me on this, okay? you just can't. But then compared to like, I think Bluey's Australian. I have watched clips from Bluey and gone, oh my god, I'm an adult who likes a kids show.
Yeah.
But this is like so good. Like, I'm relating to this as an adult. What the hell? I will have to specify it's the newer children's shows, not the older ones. There's a lot of older ones that are still really good. But like, and I know Caillou and Peppa Pig have been around for a while, but it's just like there's so many, like, what's one of them? Coco Melon. They have way too much of an obsession with butts. I didn't realize it until my friend pointed it out to me when I babysat her little girl, and I was like, hey, is there anything you don't want me to put on or anything? And she's like, Coco Melon, don't do it. There's too many butts. I'm like, what? It wasn't until my aunt came out with her son and she put on Coco Melon that I was like, yeah, there's a bit of an obsession. I was like Carly and feet. Like, you don't know about it until it's pointed out to you. A lot of those Nickelodeon shows and feet.
I know.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, I saw that. Especially watching that, I did see a lot of the stuff pointed out, which was like really, like, that was really crazy. And I have heard about Coco Melon being like like a little. I did hear about that because I have a few cousins that have kids.
Take a sip, bitches.
Thank you,
I
Rain.
don't have kids, but I babysit for one of my friends. I will babysit her girls every once in a while. So, because she's a single mom. So,
Yeah.
I don't have kids, but I have nieces and nephews.
But alrighty, guys, we are gonna move on to our next topic. It's called Would You Rather. If you guys have any Would You Rather questions, you're more than welcome to ask, unless they're a little too off. But for the first one, So let's say, Queen, that the only way that you could communicate is through text or call. So would you rather text for the rest of your life or only make phone calls?
I have to say phone calls because
guess-
there's a lot of people I know that are far away that I would love to hear their voice. That my dad's a truck driver, so if I text him, I'm not always gonna get an answer and he's gonna call me anyways, so
Yeah. I can see that.
so if anything, I think I would do call.
I would see,
I know there's some people I haven't called and I miss hearing their voice.
I was gonna say, for me, I feel like sometimes text, it can really cause more issues than what it is, because I feel like sometimes you can't pick up the tone. So like you're just reading it in your head on what you think the way that it's being said. And so I feel like phone calls are a little bit more intimate and you can like hear what they're saying. But I don't know, I like using emojis.
Especially, right? I have a friend of mine who's all they do is speak sarcasm. So if I'm on a phone call, I'll at least be able to tell they're being sarcastic. Whereas
Yeah.
if it's through a text, I'm not gonna know. My anxiety's gonna go through the roof until they answer because they decide they want to take 20 minutes to respond back.
Yeah. That too. Is my okay?
Yeah.
Hold on. Is my speech lagging? It's not lagging, is it?
A little.
Oh no! No. Oh, is it? Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna be right back, guys. I have to take a bathroom break. I'll take like less than a minute. So, Queen, whatever. If you have to use the restroom or grab anything, I'll be right back. We're gonna go to break, guys. Okay, I'm back. Queen, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, perfect. Okay, I tried. Sorry. You know what, Tiny? I tried.
Take a sip, bitches.
Can't lead a what?
I did wash my hands. Shut up, Tiny. Okay. So my next would you rather question, if you had to stay the night in a haunted mansion by yourself and you had to take one of these drugs, would you rather take acid or meth?
I honestly don't know.
Really?
Mainly because that's gonna sound a little ignorant of me. I don't even know how those drugs are taken in. So I've also never done either of them. So I wouldn't know, but I know probably both of them would give me really bad anxiety, so I don't know.
I think I would do meth. because I think well, no, maybe not, because I know meth makes you like more paranoid. But I feel like acid though, but you'll see things that you don't want to see. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was gonna say, from what I've heard, I guess it kind of depends on how your body takes it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I've never. Yeah.
I don't know. Those both are kind of terrible choices.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not too sure if they're weed. I know weed, but shrooms, if it has to be something I haven't taken, it would be shrooms, because I've heard about shrooms.
Well, they say shrooms are like kind of similar to acid, and maybe I'm wrong. But I've never taken either, so I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like the most I've done is weed.
So then for my next one, would you rather have to get a tattoo of your most embarrassing sexual experience on your body, or a video of it going viral on social media?
That's hard, because I have two different things that I could think of as embarrassing, but one of them's also very traumatic. So we're gonna go with the non-traumatic one. And I would probably say tattoo, because I can at least hide it, and I can make a funny joke about it that would still, it would still be associated with it, and like I would know that's what that's referring to. A lot of I know, like some of my other people would know, like, some of my other friends would know what I'm referring to, but yeah, that would be funny.
No, I think tattoo is a good answer.
Yeah.
Actually, Grizzly said the same thing. Tattoo, because they would put it on their ass, so then like nobody would see it.
I have 3 already, so I know I'd also be able to handle the pain.
I don't have any. I really want one, but I don't have any tattoos. I hear they're addicting.
If anything, I would probably actually put it on my middle finger.
Ooh, okay, there you go.
Because of the joke I could think of.
Alrighty, guys, that's the rest that I have for Would You Rather questions. Gunny and Tiny, I'm not gonna ask those because you guys are just weird. But we are gonna move on to the hypothetical scenario. We are almost close to the ending of the interview. In this hypothetical scenario, it's a game show that I call Spin the Bottle, but with a twist. Are you ready?
Okay.
Alright, so let's okay, so how it goes is there are 5 contestants, including you. You must pick the other 4, and it could be anybody that you want. You can know them, not know them, celebrities, non-celebrities. But yeah, you must pick 4, and in this game you will be spinning the bottle for each contestant and yourself. Whatever it lands on is a severe punishment. So, who are the 4 people that you'd like to bring in here?
Oh gosh.
I have to write it.
So just so I can make sure I'm understanding this correctly, it's 5 total, but it's myself and 4 others.
Yes. So you have to pick 4 others.
Spin the bottle, kind of spin the wheel, and then whoever it lands on, it's a severe punishment.
So here's how it's gonna go. So you're going to pick either A, B, C, D, or E. And then as soon as you pick them, you're gonna pick numbers 1 through 5. Well, it's gonna get shorter as we go throughout. But and then depending on what the punishment is, so it's kind of like it's very random, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So who are the 4 people that you'd like to bring on this fun game show?
Oh gosh. I feel like I have to bring Rain just for shits and giggles.
Yes. Oh, Rain.
Oh gosh, now I'm having to think of things. Lady Gaga,
Ooh, okay.
Autumn Carter, and who do I want to put? Oh shoot, what's his name? I'm trying to think of it. Gosh darn it. Oh my lord, my brain is blinking so bad.
You're good.
I'm like,
Somebody
Let's
said,
do this. I'm gonna pull to my Spotify and just pull random artist.
okay, somebody said Matt
Scroll
Damon.
down and stop. Oh god, no. I'm sorry, but no. I deny it. Oh my god. Sorry, I make noise.
Fun fact, Smiley, I don't have green sweats. So, oh, well, while you're thinking, I guess tricks, while you're thinking of names, do you find me annoying? That's a question from chat.
No.
Thank you. Thank you.
My brother is more annoying than you are.
Oh, so I am annoying.
No. Not really. Mystery Skulls.
Mystery Schools, is that like a band?
Yes.
Alright, give me 1 second. Mystery Schools. Okay. Let me just do this now. Alright. So, do you pick A, B, C, D, or E? And just so you know, these are the people that you're choosing.
You're all good. Let's do C.
Okay, so that's Rain. And the next... and this is the first round. So the next that you are about to pick is you're gonna either pick a severe punishment, but luckily in this one there is a safe one where the person won't participate anymore and they'll leave. But it's 1 through 5. So its numbers 1 through 5. Which one are you picking? Oh wow! Okay. Rain is safe and they do not have to participate in this game no longer. Okay. Wow. Nice. That was nice. Okay.
Lucky.
Okay.
Lucky.
Alright, hold on. Let me write this.
Besides, I don't. Besides, I don't need a attack helicopter after me. No thanks. An attack helicopter. Rain gets the joke.
So, alright. Second round. A, B, C, or D, and these are the people that you're picking. So, which one is it?
B.
B? Okay. So this is it Mystery? Yeah, Mystery Schools.
Okay.
And it's 1 through 4.
Let's go 1.
Okay, so sadly their punishment is is they are thrown into a pool of acid and die. So they're gone. Alright, okay, hold on. Round 3, let's see. Wow, but it's Gaga and Helen, and you saved Rain. I think this isn't too bad. I think. Okay, so A, B, or C?
C.
Oh, it's you. So you chose yourself.
Oh no.
Oh no. And it's 1 through 3, the numbers. Which one are you choosing?
2.
Oh. So you get your eyeballs taken out and you lose your eyesight forever.
Oof.
I told you, it's like that movie Would You Rather, like that horror movie, but it's like with a really, really dark twist. But Gaga and Helen are still alive, so there's the plus. Alright, we're in the last round. And instead of choosing who it is, now you just have to choose through 1 or 2. And I will tell you this. One is, well, one of the numbers that you choose, they can both be safe and live, or the other one that you choose is going to be a very severe punishment for the both of them. So which number, 1 or 2?
Oh, let's do 2.
Oh. They both get mummified alive.
Terrible, because that was a
Yeah, that's
severe punishment.
a very severe punishment. Yeah, I know. I tried to come up with like the worst things possible. I think I should have came back just a little bit and maybe chose like something like they have to get your face tattooed on them or something. Something a little bit less like traumatizing.
For a second there, when you said my eyes were taken, I'm like, I mean, I'd rather get my tongue cut out or something, or my ears exploded, because at least I know a little bit of sign language. I can get by in life.
Oh. Okay. Well. Okay. Well, we are moving now on to the big debate. Are you ready for this? I only have 2 questions for this one.
Okay.
All right. So the first big debate question is: animated movies are better than live action movies.
I would have to say, I'd have to say at least like 80%. Like 80%, like animated movies are 80% better than movies. Because I know there are a good handful of live action movies.
Yeah.
Like some of the earlier Marvel movies were good.
Mm-hmm.
And I know some other movies that were pretty good that I can't think of off the top of my head. But yeah, most animated movies are usually pretty better, or usually a lot better.
I can see that. I have a quick question for you. I like to watch the Resident Evil animated movies. Versus like the live action movies. Does that count as anime?
That's the debate itself there.
Yeah.
Because some people, what they classify as anime is that it's Japanese made, or it's basically foreign made, it's not US made. However, there's also other people that are like, okay, as long as it's animated, it's an anime movie. Like if it's animated, it falls under anime. It's just more of whether it's US anime or Japanese anime or Korean or wherever else.
Okay. Alright.
I understand that. I see both perspectives, especially because anime is technically a Japanese term. It's from their language, so it makes sense for the first argument. It's more of kind of like how, I don't know how well you did in math, but it's kind of like the whole thing of this: a square can classify as a rectangle, but a rectangle can't classify as a square. I feel like it's kind of like that. Anime can qualify as an animation, but not all animations qualify as anime.
No, I can see that.
It's kind of like that weird thing. Or like all Mormons are Christians, but not all Christians are Mormons. Or whatever else you want to use.
Yeah.
Genshin is a gacha game, but not all gachas are Genshin.
Yeah. Well, okay, that I don't.
Like, that's a lot of things.
No, I get what you mean by it. I can see why that's hard.
Yeah, especially I think what really triggered that whole debate was when Rooster Teeth first started making Ruby, because it's 3D, and they tried like advertising it as an anime, even though it's American made and is 3D. And so a lot of people were like, no, it's not an anime. And they're like, well, it's an animated show. Like, so like, to me, it's if you want to call it anime, call it anime. If you feel weird calling it animated and it's a cartoon or an animation, then go on ahead. I just say animations because I'm kind of supporting both. I'm a weird person. I like going with neutral ground.
No, I definitely, no, I get what you mean with that. I can see where like there's hard drawn lines for that because then if you think of like, because then you really can't say like anime with like Disney when Disney comes out with like their animation movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I definitely get why that would be like, that's kind of difficult. But my next quick debate one, and this is the last one. It's called, so subtitles or no subtitles? Which one are you?
I mainly go with subtitles.
Okay.
But I do have a few shows that I can go without subtitles. I can actually listen to it in English. If anything, I'll give it an episode or two if I can listen to it in English. If the voices are too high-pitched for me, I will put it into subtitles. There's just something about when an anime is dubbed into English, especially if the character has any kind of female in it. Oh, hi, Sophie. Sorry, my puppy just opened my door. If there's a kid in it, all of a sudden the voice is like, or like a girl, like a girly girl or anything, the voice is all of a sudden like super high pitched. It puts Pinky in shame. Like, what the hell? Why do you need to go so high pitched?
No, I can see that.
It's like why I can't do Spirited Away in English anymore. I originally watched it in English. It's a movie. It's a Studio Ghibli movie.
Okay.
I first watched it in English, and I love watching it in English every once in a while because one of the characters is voiced by Susan Egan, who plays Meg in Hercules. I love her.
Okay.
And so it's like really nice. But at the same time, oh my god, the main girl in the movie, her voice is so annoying in the English.
Yeah.
The Japanese is a bit more taken down, but it's not as ear killing as it is. So I'll usually try and give it an episode or two in English, but if the voices are too much for me, because I have sensitive hearing, I actually can hear really, really well. And so high pitches I always had a hard time with, which was great when for like 3 months I had to sit next to flutes. It was joyous.
I guess, I can see why you have trouble hearing.
I have a hard time with it.
Yeah.
If it's too high for me, I won't do it. I'll switch it to subtitles, but most of the time anyways, I take more in with subtitles, and I've always noticed the translation's a lot better with subtitles, so I don't mind it too much. And I read really fast anyway, so I don't even think anything of it, and I already have to watch subtitles 90% of the time. anytime I watch a show with my mom, she's going deaf in one ear. So I'm already used to watching stuff in subtitles anyways.
Yeah, I can see that. I've noticed I just enjoy subtitles just because sometimes I've noticed there's things that I'll miss that you can't really hear, but it'll show up on the subtitles. So I do enjoy it like that.
Yeah,
but you,
that I've noticed with subtitles too, some of the stuff in the background that's like Japanese written, or if it's in Japanese, they're a bit better about making sure it actually shows
yeah.
the translation.
Oh yeah, yeah, I can see that.
I don't know why sometimes with dub they don't always get it.
Yeah.
Or they cover it weirdly.
But we are coming to an ending, guys, and I only have 2 more questions for you, Queen. My first one is, what's one question you wish I would have asked, and how would you have answered it?
Honestly, I don't even really think I can think of anything. If anything, I thought you were gonna take the opportunity to try and get something from me out about Ray.
Oh, really?
Like how we met.
Okay.
'Cause I don't think you know how Rain and I met.
I think Rain has told me. I'm pretty sure. I think we were playing the raft game. I think so, right, Rain? I think I had asked because
I don't think I told you. I told you we met from a game we played together with a bunch of us, but not
yeah.
really the full thing. We're still scarred from the game, mind you.
Oh gosh.
This game was good in the beginning. It was a mobile game. It was okay in the beginning, and then it just really started going downhill to the point none of us really none of us kept playing anymore. And they were gonna merge the servers. And we had talked with some of the leaders from the others because they had like factions that you can be part of.
Yeah.
And some of the leaders in the other servers, and they're like, no, all out war. And we were like the most peaceful server that we're like, yeah, no, bye.
Yeah.
But one of the friends, they were like, hey, I made a Discord so we could also talk to each other because we really like talking to each other.
Yeah.
And so we joined that Discord and just kind of just played. I've known Rain since, but yeah, that was like 7 years ago.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You guys have known each other for that long. I wouldn't. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't miss that.
And there's
Point mixer.
it's super funny because I've known Rain for that long, but there's still some stuff I don't know about Rain. And so when I do learn that stuff, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I really, I noticed, I'll be honest, I kind of noticed that a lot of people will be like, asking questions like about Rain. I've had a couple of people do that to me where they're like, how do you know this about Rain? Or how do you know that? And it's kind of like, I'm just not the type to be very, I guess, nosy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not one to be like, well, you know.
The one I always get from Rain is always, are they a boy or a girl? And I respond, and this is where the joke comes in from earlier of, no, they are a flying attack helicopter.
Yeah.
Because that was what we determined Rain was.
Yeah.
Rain would always post this gif of a tank that would spin the top so fast it'd start flying, and so we just always kind of said they were a flying attack helicopter.
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
That's what I get from people all the time, and I'm like, that is not me to tell because I don't know.
Yeah,
So,
I get that as well. I actually
and if
recently,
I do ever learn, I'm still not gonna tell.
Yeah, exact. No, definitely, I'm with you. I've been from a couple people. Oh, I can't talk. A couple people I've been asked about that, and I'm just kind of like, why don't you go ask Rain? Like, why are you asking me?
Oh, yeah, one of our friends, Counterfighter, who I talked to you about earlier, or I was joking with Rain about earlier while you were gone. They were talking about with sarcasm.
Oh, okay.
Like, all sarcasm.
Yeah.
they'll ask me all the time. They're like, when was the last time you like? Anytime I say like, yeah, I'm playing with Rain or anything, they're like, it's become a joke. Like we know it's a joke, but at the same time, I know they're like a little bit serious. But
Yeah.
we know it's just a joke at this time. We'll always joke about it. We'll come up with some new random answer every time. I think one time when we were playing Raft and Counterfighter had asked me, I told him that Rain is Bruce. Rain is a shark.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Bruce, I remember Bruce.
Always coming back. You least expect it.
Yeah. But so, Queen, we are coming to an ending with this interview. Before you go, please let the viewers know where they can find you and your content and what you are working on now. Okay, let me.
So you can find me here on Twitch. I am also on Twitter or X now. I still no, it's just Twitter. It's under the same handle, so it's spelled the same way. I do try and post on there about streams. Right now I am working on Stardew and Coral Island. I also have a base in Minecraft I'll kind of play every once in a while. But right now just kind of working on being a bit more regular with my streaming so I can try and go for affiliate.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. I've appreciated your time. It's been an honor. And seriously, you guys in chat, please thank Queen for being here and her just taking time out of her day, especially because I know you had mentioned it was your day off. So seriously, thank you for being here.
I took this entire week off for Destiny. You're fine.
Oh, nice.
It's probably good that I stepped away from the game.
Okay. But alrighty, Queen. I hope you have a good rest of your night, and I hope you have a good weekend. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You too, Jenna.
Bye. Bye, beautiful.
Bye.
Bye. Alright, let me go here real quick, guys. Alrighty, guys, we are coming to an ending. I hope everybody had a good time. I appreciate all the questions asked. I appreciate everyone that stayed and hung out. Seriously, you guys have no idea what that means. But yeah, you guys, special guest today was Queen, so don't be afraid to go follow her and check out some of the stuff that she's been doing or what she's gonna be up to soon. But woo! Happy Friday, everybody! I'm gonna be coming to an end now. Be safe out there tonight. Have fun, and until next time. I forgot where the button is. I'm a little drunk. Bye. What? I know horses What? I know horses' dicks are like huge.
I was 18 inches, not huge.
Oh, that's big. I didn't know.